Let's show you the order of play, which was released yesterday in the round robin. Chanda, take us through these matches.
Yeah, it'll be interesting Friday with Allison Risk having to play a couple of matches along with Amanda Anisimova. But, I was looking at the UTRs of all of these players. I love how it places players based on their recent matches. Allison Risk, of course, at the top and a higher probability that she'll come through as the winner. But Anisimova has been so good on hard courts. You wonder where her game will be. And for Tomljanovic, who's a huge hitter, and Collins, who competes so well, this should be a fun series of matches, particularly on that first day.
All right, and let's keep going down that road because I'm so excited, Chanda, to be able to ask you this question, something we haven't gotten to do much in the last 3 months. Would you break down a tennis match for us? The first one, which is Anisimova and Collins.
Yeah, I think, it'll be interesting to see where all these players start out, the first match really with some pressure, with something on the line. We've got TV. They all know this. Who's going to kind of have the rust sort of not come into play as much in the early stages? We've seen how well Danielle Collins can compete. And so that should certainly help her kind of get more relaxed, a little bit looser in the early stages. But Anisimova hits the ball beautifully. How will she be striking it? And this is a quicker format, so players will have to kind of get a good start early on.
I think the biggest thing is going to be seeing how this break has, of course, affected the players. We saw all of the males bring a pretty high level a couple of weekends ago. I saw Danielle play in Australia this year. She had made a racket change to a little bit more of a powerful racket, and boy, she was crushing the ball off of both flanks. If she can bring that same type of tennis that I saw over there from her, I like her as the favorite, but again, conditions can get nice and hot. Anisimova puts a lot of balls in play. So I think we're in for a good battle, opening match.
All right, Prakash, let's keep going with match number 2. And we do offer the disclaimer that Prakash and Ali Risk are now kin. But just the same, how do you see that match between Ali and Tomljanovic?
Well, Ali seems to be in great spirits. She hasn't played as much tennis during this break, but is really focused on her physical. So I actually look at that as a positive. I think she's going to be very happy to get on the court, compete. And I think it's going to come down to how Ali feels after that first day. Remember, Ali has to play back-to-back matches on that Friday, and not being used to pro competition, just practicing. We're going to have to see how she pulls up Saturday morning.
Yeah, I think this will be a fun one between Ali and Isla, who have somewhat contrasting styles. Ali very comfortable in the transition area, mixing it up, coming in. How much will that come into play? Okay, that was interesting. Oh, that wasn't me, though. But it'll be interesting to see.
We have an intruder in here, Chanda.
You know what? I don't mind. He is a beautiful intruder, so we'll let him keep going. But I think it'll be interesting to kind of see who can sort of establish their game, the early stages, because remember, Tomljanovic, she hits the ball big. She can also create a few more unforced errors. So maybe the rust, the lack of play over these last couple of months, that could affect her a little bit more. But it will be fun to see the variety that Ali Risk often brings to her game.
All right, make sure you join us for the coverage starting tomorrow at noon Eastern. Lindsay Davenport, Steve Weissman will have the call. Chanda and Andy Roddick will be as part of the pre-match and in-between matches.